We have all had our first experiences with ChatGPT, ChatSPOT by HubSpot or Midjourney. What are the key insights and opportunities for marketeers? And what value does artificial intelligence have in B2B? These and other questions were discussed in this conversation with Charida Dorder, the author of AI in Marketing. Yeah, Charida, thanks for taking the time to review your book, AI in Marketing. Apparently there's still quite a bit of denial when it comes to AI. I read this research amongst more than 1,000 CXOs, and only 37% of those CEOs, the executives, they intended to invest in AI over the next 3 years. How come there is still so much denial, and how to overcome this?
I think it mostly has to do with a knowledge gap. What I see in practice is, and it's really a bottleneck, is that you see that the C-level is completely not aware of the changements and the developments and how fast they are going. Some of them even say like, oh, we don't use it within our company, we don't need that. And then in the meanwhile, half of the operation team is working with AI technology. I think it's also because they focus too much on management education and not more on like really content about their own, how do you say it, functions, I don't know, own purpose. So I think that's really a big problem, because you see it also cause a lot of frustration for operations because they want to move forward, they want to go faster, but then the C-level is sort of stopping it. It's delaying the process internally.
Right. Now there's this ring around AI that it's got to do with loads and loads of data, big volumes of data, and that sounds pretty much like it's more applicable perhaps to a B2C world, business to consumer world, than a B2B marketeer. Would you agree, or are there disciplines that also in a B2B marketing businesses can benefit from?
Yeah, no, definitely there are within B2B applications, like B2C are the most familiar ones. But what a lot of B2B companies not realizing is, for example, a lot of B2B companies organize a lot of events and webinars and those kind of things. And there's also a lot of AI applications. Like, for example, your webinar, you can record it, you can transcribe it, you can transform it into a podcast, into a blog article with AI. And that one person can do that in maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And those are small tasks where people don't think of that AI can also be supportive in. They most of the time think of the big lead scoring models with big data warehouses and everything, but that has to be the first step.
Right. And speaking of first kind of applications from a B2B perspective, I selected a number, and I was just wondering, which one would you consider to be one of the first candidates amongst this short list of AI generated content, bid management, conversational AI, lead scoring, upselling, and advertising? Which one or two do you think are primary candidates in B2B?
Absolutely generative, just because the threshold to get in is really low. And that is what you want, because you also need to have like a sort of a confidence within the team and support of the team. If you start, for example, with lead scoring modeling or upselling modeling, then the project becomes too big, and then it will never be put in practice, and it will only cause a lot of frustration. So just starting with small generative stuff can be like audios, like voiceovers, for example, or create an artificial voice for videos, for explanation videos, those kind of things. I think that is the best way to get in.
Right. Now, you describe your methodology as EAT PI, with the E standing for education and the A standing for asking the right questions, rather than doing your deep dive into the tooling first of all.
Yes.
And of course it all has to do with asking the right kind of questions and addressing the right sort of tasks. What would you consider to be the sort of top 2 or 3 tasks that AI can help in?
It does depend on your daily work process. What I also recommend to people, check out what you're doing daily, which tasks come back frequently. For example, in call centers, in call agents, customer service, you see that people a lot of doing writing down the conversation, making a summary out of it, etc., etc. Those are already small tasks that a machine can help you with, and those are tasks that people are not completely think of in the first way, because it's not a complete fancy tool, but it saves a lot of time. And so you want your question to be really concrete and really want to look, okay, what is the output that I need? And is it something that's like easy to adapt already at the beginning, just to start with?
Right. Now, finishing off with some tooling, you referred to, for instance, Accio for predicting the conversion from leads to customer, and CreativeAds.ai for the creation of ads. What specific AI tool are you currently really excited about, and why?
For me, it's Descript, and that's mostly because of transforming text into audio, which I use a lot. And also, yeah, HeyGen, and that is mostly because I have an education platform with like 85 AI marketing e-learning videos, and we want to translate that now into Spanish, but also maybe to Arabic, and that is can easily be done with HeyGen without me recording it. And you still see on the videos like really impressive. You see hand movements, you see me moving like this. So it's not only my mouth that is different and the sound, but you also see really interaction. Well, it's not me that I'm doing. It's not an exactly replicate of the original video. So that's also a tool that I'm really impressed about. And the consent is really strict. For example, I have curly hair normally, and on that video I have my hair straight. So I could not record a video with my curly hair because it would not look the same. So that's also really strict how they do that.
And finally, what would you recommend marketeers, whether they're operating in B2C or B2B, to do this year when it comes to AI?
First step is don't look at all the fancy tools that are coming out every day. Just take a note, like what are you doing every day, how much time does it cost, and how frequently does that task come back, and then look, okay, which application of AI can help me with it. Try that for 30 days. If it doesn't have an impact in 30 days, skip the tool and then try something else.
Great stuff. Thanks, Charida.
Good.
Keep in touch.
Bye.
Take care.
Keep in touch.
Bye. Do you want to better realize your business goals by using the right technology in both B2B marketing, sales and service? Please contact us at Dutchmark to explore your opportunities and the best next step.